Farewell to Misogyny, a eulogy about misogyny. Since I was young, I've noticed what a derogatory life misogyny has led, being able to influence those around him. Some people look at this as a sad day, others believe this is actually a celebration. Misogyny was known for objectifying women and making people have a certain mindset about women. Although he was a strong man, he wasn't alone. He had help from his childhood friends, sexism, discrimination, and objectification. Misogyny and sexism has been married for 40 years, and they were definitely the definition of a power couple. They had the power to make people hate, violate, and objectify women. He allowed people to see women as nothing more than mothers, whores, or as housewives. It was hard growing up around misogyny. He was so bossy and would say some outrageous ideas. He had a different mindset than I did, which is why we always clashed. However, misogyny helped create the strong, independent woman I am today, who rejected him rather than following his harsh ways. Without misogyny, we wouldn't have the strong, iconic figures we have today who learned to go against misogyny. Luckily, I met feminism, who showed me how to win the disagreements misogyny and I always got into. She was one of the women who helped me learn to think for myself rather than misogyny telling me the way I'm supposed to think. She was the reason that women went against misogyny in 1848, starting the women's suffrage movement. Although it took 50 long years for women to get the 19th Amendment, which gave women rights, it showed that it wasn't impossible to win against men. If you knew misogyny, you knew he was far from lazy. He was the reason for the way women were portrayed in the past. In the media, it was seen how people tend to live in misogynistic ideas and follow his expressions and beliefs about women. There are many video games that give women a certain extent of roles, and it shows in the way that games are played. Misogyny left a mark before he left this earth. Certain games showed how women can be heroes, but are also seen as beautiful, curvy, and half-dressed figures. There were also games such as Grand Theft Auto, where women were always minor characters who can be strippers, pedestrians, and also in need. There was a time when women were portrayed that way, but it is now 2030, and we finally see a change in this world. Men will no longer believe that women are supposed to supply them with sex and food, instead respect them for their intelligence. Video games will now portray women as strong, independent individuals rather than labeling them as women as if they were weak. Misogyny lived a great, destructive life, but I think we all knew his time was approaching. I first noticed misogyny getting weaker when women began taking jobs men were known for doing. There were many TV shows and articles that gave the statistics on how women are equal to men and need to be treated as such. I'm sure it was the fact that a woman ran for vice president that nearly killed him, but it took a minor stroke to actually kill misogyny. Although it was much unexpected, it was well needed for today's men and women to be peaceful, equal, and respected.